Welcome back to JDL Family. We are going to be making no-bake oatmeal cookies today, and I will have down each ingredient and how much we need for it. So let's get started with today's video, and also don't forget to comment down below if you've tried this and if you
now that all the ingredients is out and I have them all separated, we are going to put in the granulated sugar, brown sugar, and cocoa powder onto the stove pot, into the pot. Now this is all you're putting in here for now, just for the second. And just like kind of flatten it out a little bit so it's not clumped up. And then you're going to put your stick of butter in there. And my hands are all slimy now, so then you're going to put your milk in there as well. And you're going to put your oven on medium. And let's see if you can actually see the inside of it. Yes, you can. Let's make it a little bit easier. And now you wait for it to boil a little bit, and then I'll tell you when it gets closer. So now that it's boiling, go ahead and turn it off. Okay, so I moved it off of the burner and over. So now that it is done boiling and mixing up, you want to go ahead and put in your peanut butter, which I never do it this way, but for video purposes I did it differently, like putting it in the glass jar. Usually I just measure it and put it in. And then you want the peanut butter to melt, so you want to mix it in. Let's see, there. So you want to stir it up and mix it in. You want to make sure it is all the way melted before you do the next step. And I'm putting it back down because that's hard to hold and stir. And so you just want to keep mixing it in. And I guess you could do this while you mix it in. You can go ahead in and add in the vanilla extract, and it's going to boil up a little bit. And just mix it in. And now that it's mixed in, you can go ahead and add in your oats. Now, I usually do a half and half, but you can do either or. You can add in a little bit at a time or half and half. It just depends on your preferences and what you like to do. This is my 5th or 6th time actually making this, and it is really good. It's a really easy treat to make. No, it is not healthy at all, but it's a nice treat to make. And you just keep mixing it in. Now that I have it all mixed in, now I've seen people do videos of this exact recipe where they put it in a glass bowl just to show off on video, but I'm not doing that because frankly that's just more dishes to do later, if I want to be honest. So now let me get the pan and I'll show you how. I have a cookie pan or any kind of pan with parchment paper. I always use parchment paper with anything that I do with cookies, cakes and stuff like that. So that's why I have parchment paper. So now you're just going to take this, and I always put it as close as possible, and I just put a whole bunch of different spots, and it doesn't matter how close you put them together. I try to make as many as possible in one pan. Sometimes I have to use 2, so hopefully I don't have to. And you kind of have to shape them. You don't want to use too much in one area, or it will be harder for you to actually get it to dry or harden up. And see, I still have a lot left, so I'm going to have to get the other pan. And this gets messy when you're putting it on here, which is why I suggest parchment paper and doing it on your oven or somewhere that is easy to clean. And as you can see, I'm going to have to use a bigger or another pan. So let me get that, but I'll show you this first. So that's how they look like on the actual pan. Now they can touch and you can break them up, obviously, but very good. And I would say leave them in for about 3 hours or more, just to make sure they actually harden all the way through, depending on how big you make it.